Hey everybody, Nathan Bingham here with another episode of Butcher Shop to Tabletop. Today we're going to be featuring our number 21 chicken bundle. It's a 40-pound box of chicken that we have trimmed and wrapped 2 breasts per package. So here's an example of what you would get with that 40-pound box of chicken breasts that we have already trimmed and wrapped 2 per pack. And then you would expect 2 breasts per package that are all nice and trimmed, ready to go in your freezer. Okay, so here's 5 examples of what you can do. Well, I guess 6, because here's the chicken breast, and then that's good. You can just cook it as a chicken breast. So I'm gonna show you how to do a pocketed for stuffing. So on the chicken breast, there's 2 different sides. There's this front side, and then it slopes down to the back. And so I like to cut on this side. So you're gonna cut in at an angle to make this pocket. And then you're gonna come up at an angle as well. So we're using our Hardcore Carnivore disposable cutting mats that we have at the shop. They are super handy, really easy cleanup. And then also one of our BINGHAM'S custom meats victory knives that we've got, different colors at the shop as well. So we make a pocket, and then that is good just to put some stuffing or breading or anything else in. So pretty simple. You wanna make sure when you cut those slits that it's even all the way around, so that way the chicken breast cooks even. And then when you put the stuffing in there, then you can just stuff that pocket right full. So our next item that we are gonna do is chicken stir fry. So one thing that I like to do is I'm gonna fillet the breast thin and then cut it into stir fry strips. Versus if I just cut it straight into stir fry from here, then my stir fry pieces are gonna end up being pretty long and wide. So if I get the breast and I'll push it down with my hand, and then I'm gonna hold the knife horizontal and come across, I'm gonna cut this breast into 2 even pieces. Then I will go across and cut this into stir fry. That way my stir fry pieces are a good portion size. They're a lot thinner. There's not as much time going back and cutting these other pieces that you already cut. So really easy to do. A cut like this you can use in chicken tacos or chicken burritos or as a stir fry with vegetables. And you can even cut some, if you don't want your strips that long, then you can turn it and cut it this way. And you just want to keep those strips nice and even. So there is the chicken stir fry. So a whole bunch of pieces that big. Okay, next we're gonna do chicken stew meat or chicken kebabs. So for the chicken kebabs, I like to cut, you can see this line right here. There's kind of a natural 2 different lobes on that breast. So I'm gonna cut down this line so that I get a piece like this. And then I'm gonna cut this one again this way. So that way I end up with 3 pieces that are roughly the same size. Now they're ready just to cut into cube-sized pieces. So if you're doing these as skewers for chicken kebabs, then they are ready to go. You can cut them bigger like this, or if you're gonna do it as like a stew, then you can cut these a little bit thinner again, and then cut smaller pieces off so that they are ready for stew meat size. Now we've got a couple fancy ones. So our chicken cordon bleu. We make a chicken cordon bleu that we have at the shop. Sometimes we used to have it a lot back in the day, but this is how you make those. So you're gonna do that same cut where you fillet it down and hold it open. And then we have a meat tenderizer. We sell these, this is from FDICK, it's a German brand. And then you're gonna use, there's a tenderizer spot and then also a flat spot on the back. So I'm gonna tenderize that down a little bit. And the tenderizer just breaks up the muscle to where it'll spread out really even. So you saw I used both sides. So the first time I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna use this pokey side, which is gonna kind of break up the fibers. And then I'm gonna use the flat side, which helps thin it out so that it'll spread nice and even. And I'll season both sides of this. I'll do both sides of this one as well. Seasoning nice and even on there. Okay, then I'm gonna have some ham. We also sell this deli ham. This is the ham that we use for our sandwiches. So I'm gonna lay a piece of ham on there. And then I've got provolone that I'm gonna put on. Now I'm just gonna tuck this over and roll it over. Tuck that piece and roll it over. So here's the cordon bleus that are gonna be ready to go in the oven. And let me share with you guys a secret. I'm gonna put some Parmesan, some powdered Parmesan cheese across the top. So this is gonna give it a little bit of a crust on top. And this goes on before the crumbs. So next I'm gonna use some Italian breadcrumbs. The flavor on these are pretty amazing. So cooking on this would be 350 in the oven for about 45 minutes is all. Internal temperature on the chicken you want to reach 165. You want to let that sit a little bit as the salts and sugars in the seasoning pull some of the water out of the breast. It'll help that breading stick a little bit better to that chicken. Now that I've got seasoning and breading on this mat, I'm just gonna pick it up and throw it right into the garbage. Super easy cleanup. Okay, I've got a new mat down and we can do the last one we're gonna do. So this one will be kind of like a chicken rouladen lasagna style dish. So what I'm gonna do is fillet the chicken breast open similar to what I did with the cordon bleu, but I'm gonna try and get 4 cuts instead of just 2. So very carefully with your knife, you wanna cut these across very thin. Having a really sharp knife is crucial so you can get these even. So I have a lot of people ask me what types of knives we use at the shop. We use these Victory boning knives as well as the FDICK knives that we sell, Victorinox knives that we sell. Any 6-inch boning knife is basically what we use at the shop. But to be able to maintain the edge, to keep them sharp, a sharpening steel is crucial. So just running it from the hilt to the tip, you don't have to go very fast. Just running it down to maintain that edge on your knife, it'll help your knife last a lot longer. So there's different styles. This is an oval cut, there's round cuts, there's polished, there's smooth, there's rough cuts, there's a lot of different options. So if you need one of those, come into the shop and we can help you get what you need. And then I'm just gonna put ham on these pieces. And then I'm gonna roll them tight up. You can season these if you want before you put the ham in there. For this recipe, I would use a really light seasoning. I am not gonna season these because I'm gonna have some other seasoning and stuff on them. So these will be ready to go into a casserole dish. So they are rolled up, really thinly cut chicken with ham rolled up in it. You can do a few of these to fill up a casserole dish. Then you're gonna get cream of chicken, 1 can of cream of chicken, 1 cup of rice. You're gonna dump the rice into the casserole dish, place these rolled chicken on top of the rice, then 1 cream of chicken on top, and then 1 can of milk. You're gonna mix all that together, put some seasoning on there, cover it and put it in the oven at 350 for an hour to an hour and a half, or until internal temperature is 165. So the rice, you need to have it covered so that the way the rice will steam and puff up, and then it'll be ready to go. These are really good. Where they're already boneless rolled, they've got ham in between. Once you get done with that casserole, you can just cut them into bite-sized pieces. Then you've got the cream of mushroom soup, the seasoning, the chicken and the ham and the rice all ready to go for a meal for your family. So thank you for watching these videos. If you have any questions, please leave us a comment or give us a call at the shop, and we hope to see you soon.